Deathlord, number 1. What are you going to give us? Ooh, Spellbreaker, good result for us. Deathlord number 2, what are you going to give us? Ooh, welcome to the Grand Tournament, really good result for us.
A wild miscalculation.
And Skull King Geist, good result for him. We lose Naturalized, that slows us down a little bit.
You didn't need that, did you?
Ooh, Saboteur.
A wild
That could have ended badly for us if it had hit Witching Hour. Thankfully it didn't. So, we're in a really good position now to dominate this game. Hadranox on board, Witching Hour in hand, cubes in hand.
I ain't talking.
And he's gonna be rich. All the credit in the world to my opponent. He is a even warrior with Reno Jackson. That's pretty insane. Not something you see every day. And the Deathlord value that we've got in this game has been crazy. That is Reno Jackson number 2 from Dead Man's Hand. And there you have it. There's lethal. Okay, so that game was played from my hotel room during the bank holiday weekend, recorded on my iPad. So if the resolution was slightly off, I do apologise. I was just so excited to play this deck. I thought, okay, I'm going to play it on my iPad and I've got to try and record. So yeah, if the resolution was a bit messed up, apologies again. So this is GetMeowth's Taunt Druid with Hadranox, and those of you that follow me on Twitter have seen me tweeting about this deck persistently. The idea is simple: you play your taunts, you kill off your taunts, you play Master Oakheart to get value, putting taunts on the board. You play N'Zoth the Corruptor, get more taunts back. You play Hadranox, you naturalize your Hadranox, get more taunts back. You play Witching Hour, get Hadranox back. And then cube your Hadranox, get more taunts back. I think you guys get the rough idea of how the deck works.
Lunara versus Jade.
Okay, our first game.
you asked for.
And we're going up against a mage. So, definitely keeping Ferocious Howl. Not sure about Nourish. I mean, it's ramp. But, not sure if it's something I should be keeping here. Particularly if I'm going up against a Secrets Mage or a Burn Mage.
You wanna cast a spell?
And it's Reno Mage. Yeah, Babbling Book.
This will be good.
Not sure of any other mage deck that plays that apart from Reno Mage. Okay, so this is a scary, scary game because Reno Mage, they've got access to Polymorph, they've got access to Kazakus potions with Mystic Wool, and it is incredibly scary because you need to do everything in your power to protect Hadranox from being polymorphed. Obviously, on turn 10, you can play Hadranox, you can play Naturalize, and get your taunts back. The danger is if you play Witching Hour, and you can't kill off your Hadranox, and she's left sitting on the board, then you're in trouble, potentially, with Polymorph and Mystic Wool. Oh dear lord. That is a Ragnaros already! Now you saw at the start of the video, Deathlord did a lot of work for me. in this particular game, Deathlord, not doing so well for me. Putting a Ragnaros on board is incredibly scary. Die, Insect! He's doing everything he can to maximise the opportunities of Rag hitting face. Smart strategy. So, I don't have an answer. I'm just sitting there, waiting to play more taunts. I think all I could do on that previous turn was ramp up. And I wanted to get the ramp while I could. Make use of Jade Blossom while I could. There's that 1-1 and that 2-2. They're doing nothing. But at the very least, we got the mana game out of it. And I'm very confused. Why has he played Zephrys now? Has he not cottoned on to what I am?
This'll be good.
He saw the Deathlord. He saw the Deathlord. And I didn't attack Zephrys because I'm afraid of duplicate. I don't want to give him a Zephrys back to hand if I can help it. Alright. He kind of solves that problem for me. He kills off his own Zephrys, but look, that's a Kazakus, and Mystic Wool now is a real possibility. And that Rag keeps hitting my bloody face. Stop hitting my face. Okay. 3 taunts on the board. Curious to think about what that Deathlord will put out onto the board. Deathlord number 1 brought out Ragnaros. Deathlord number 2? Maybe he'll bring out Reno. Maybe.
A fatal mistake.
Was he hoping to use his hero power? I think he was. I think he miscounted. Okay. Frostlich Jaina in play, which basically means for the remainder of the game he's going to get insane healing value. So it's going to come down to my taunts versus his elemental healing. So let's get this value here while we can, while we still have a board. I'm going to assume that one of those secrets is Iceblock. Oh, okay, duplicate, that's fine.
Primitive.
Time goes short.
Yeah, priority to heal, clear the board. And healing being very important there, because if he's got burn in hand, then we're in trouble. But now we're at a respectable health total. So that's what Zephrys gives you when there isn't a situation that can be answered. It just gives you Tyrion, which is a good all-round card, I guess, to have. Okay. There's no easy way for me to kill the Tyrion here, apart from Naturalize, which I don't want to do. Triple trade feels really, really bad. So maybe I should have thought about this a bit more carefully and considered using a hero power to knock off the Divine Shield. Yeah, that felt like a really bad turn. Badly thought out on my part. My problem is I'm too impatient these days. I don't like spending too long thinking about my turns if I can help it. Particularly in games like this that go on for a really, really long time. He's got a pretty full hand, so there's a lot of value in that hand.
I must decide.
That's a really good result for me. Oh, all the water elementals, all that healing. Okay. We need to think about the right time to go off with Hadranox. But for now, I can pop the block. So, look, I have no expectations, no high expectations about this turn leading to anything. Because I know he can heal for 6, minimum. And I'm suspecting, yep, that he is Reno. So all I wanted to do there was pop the block. Just get the ice block out the way. And get the Reno Jackson out the way as well. And by playing Reno, he didn't get any value from his water elementals in terms of the healing. So it's kind of worked out for me. Alright, here we go. Maybe I should have traded into Reno to stop a return to hand effect. But then, with a board like this, with a hand like this, do I really care if he puts Reno back to hand? I mean, we all know what I'm scared of. I'm scared of Polymorph. I'm scared of Mystic Wall. Those are the things that really worry me in this game.
Our home, our tomb.
And did you hear that? That's so cool. Their voice was as one. It was this loud echo. That was brilliant. Wow.
Away, intruder.
And I have to say,
Away, intruder.
this card, the Defender, it's one of my favourite cards in the game now. I know GetMeowth's is a massive fan of this card. Oh, Flame Ward. Okay, sure. But here we go. Hadranox value.
This'll be good.
And we're just back to having this thoroughly ridiculous board. Blizzard's not going to help him. Oh, that may do something. Okay, so Khartut Defender.
This'll be good.
Another one in hand. And there it is again. It sounds so awesome. Yeah, I just love this card. I really do. And it doesn't feel broken because it costs 6. So it feels like a fair cost for the stats. And we're just going to outvalue him at this rate. Huh. So he runs Ragnaros and he runs the Dragon Hawk. Okay. To what degree do I just ignore the board and go face? Or do I start trading? If I'm trading, what do I want to kill? Do I want to kill Ragnaros?
If
I mean, Rag's throwing that 8 damage out every turn, but do I care? I have these taunts.
Death does not scare me.
Right. I think we just get the value here on the attack. It's not quite lethal, but it's close. And again, I know he's going to start healing. 3 damage from the Water Elemental, that's heal for 3. Ragnaros heal for 8. But we're just pressuring him here. We've seen Reno Jackson, so he can't heal for full.
Decide.
Yeah, maybe I should have traded. I don't know. If he didn't have Frostlich Jaina, he'd be so dead.
Unity, precision,
Okay, more healing. He didn't attack with it though. That's interesting. And the Death Lord did not bring anything out of the deck. Fair enough. Okay.
I'm out of cards.
So, do we just continue to push here?
this'll be good.
Maybe I should have just put my face into the 3-1. I have this obsession with just trying to smash him in the face. And maybe that's just affecting my decision making here, but honestly, I don't see how I lose this. That fatigue damage will start to add up. We have 2 Hadranoxes on the board. We have Witching Hour and a cube. What's that? Is that Polymorph? He's really thinking, yeah, that's Polymorph. Okay, so Witching Hour may not give us the Hadranox back.
Nature's blessing.
Interesting. Alright, in hindsight, maybe I should have killed that Ragnaros. Because that 8 damage, that is actually pretty good for us. That is actually really, really good for us. Okay, I take it back. And that's lethal. Yeah, I take it back. Leaving Ragnaros alive was the correct play in the end.
versus Guld'an.
Okay, let's look at our final game.
The forest fights
And
back.
thankfully, it is not a mage, it's a warlock. That can only mean one thing. Renolock or Mechathunlock. Now, since the patches nerf? No, the Barnes nerf. Why am I thinking about patches being nerfed? That happened a long time ago. Since the Barnes nerf a few days ago, I've only been facing Renolocks in terms of the Warlock class. No Zulocks, no Mechathunlocks. Prior to the nerf, I was facing a whole range of different Warlock decks. Since the nerf, only Renolock is what I've been facing.
Your wish is my suggestion.
And why has he just done that? Honestly? I mean, okay, he gets a 1-drop. He's got 6 damage on board. He's got a bit of pressure. But He has no idea what kind of a druid I am. He's probably not expecting to face a Hadranox Taunt Druid. No one else is playing it. But would you not keep Zephrys in your hand to get a really beneficial spell later in the game? And then you can play Zola as well later. Maybe he thinks I'm a Jade Druid. And maybe he thought Zephrys would bring him Skulking Geist if he doesn't already play Skulking Geist in his deck. I don't know. But he's got another copy in hand. And that's a Void Caller. That's actually quite scary. So, the lesson I've learned is, if in doubt, play Khartut Defender. Honestly, just play it. Only good things can happen. The other thing I've learned with this deck is Nourish into Ramp is insane if it then lets you play Occult.
Side effects? No.
And that happened a couple of times when I was practicing with the deck. But we're not lucky enough here. In fact, in that last game, we didn't really get great value from Oak. And I suspect in this game, we're not going to get the value either.
This'll be good.
Okay. What demons does he have in his hand? There's the question. Mal'Ganis?
My brood will survive.
Voidlord? 4/6 Taunt? Sure. Alright. If in doubt, play another Khartut Defender. Why not? It's an off-mana play, but it's a roadblock, I guess. Could have played Lotheb, hero powered. Could have drawn some cards with Nourish. Could have ramped. Maybe that was the correct play. Ugh, that's nasty. I mean, whatever I would have played on the board, minion-wise, he would have killed off his Void Caller. Traded his Void Caller into whatever I played, so we couldn't really win on that front. We couldn't delay the Void Caller proccing for any longer. And there's Zephrys. Why would you play that now? Oh. Okay. He wants board control. Sure.
Unity, precision.
I mean, has he cottoned on to the fact that I'm a Taunt Druid?
This'll be good.
Or does he think I'm a Jade Druid? He's seen Khartut Defender. Surely that means he knows I'm a Taunt Druid, in which case, why would you have played Zephrys on that turn? Surely you save Zephrys for Hadranox. Or maybe he's really smart. Smarter than me. Because he knows maybe he can't win once Hadranox starts going off. So maybe he's thinking, alright, I've just got to start throwing damage to my opponent's face as quickly as I can. Doomguards will accomplish that. Arcanite Reaper will accomplish that. Maybe he just wants to kill me quickly. Which is smart. Because look, once I get N'Zoth down.
No, don't. It's still good.
Oh dear. Once I get Hadranox value going, this deck is pretty much impossible to stop. It will outvalue his deck. In the same way we outvalue the mage, we will outvalue this warlock, although double Guld'an is scary. Normally you just contend with one wave from Guld'an and one wave from N'Zoth. But double Guld'an is a worry, and that...
Our home, our tombs.
so amazing to hear. That is why I played N'Zoth. Because I need the healing. He's going to play Guld'an, he's going to get Doomguards back. They're going to go face, they're going to kill me. So this is a heads-up play. 4 Khartut Defenders on the board.
So many possibilities.
Unity, precision.
Do you know what? That is like having a Reno Jackson in your deck. There's Khartut Defenders. Okay, not getting the full value that we'd want from Oakheart, but getting some value from him. Yeah, 2 minions. That's decent. And one of them's a Hadranox. Normally I would not want a Hadranox on the board like this if I suspected that there was some spell that could silence her, or some minion that could silence her. Normally I'd want to play her naturally from hand with the Naturalize, just to make sure I get the value then. But no silence. But what we do have are 3 Doomguards. Okay, continuing to push that face damage, of course. But this, to me, is absolutely fine. It would have been nice if we could kill off Oakheart fully, but this will have to do. And we can just gain some armor here, I think. It's fine. So, unless there's a mass silence that he can employ, we're in a pretty good position. Big Priest is a problem for this deck, at least from my perspective. I was watching GetMeowth's play the deck at High Legend, and obviously he's a much, much better player than me. So maybe Big Priest isn't a problem for GetMeowth, but for me, the couple of games, 2 or 3 games that I have had against Big Priest since the Barnes nerf, I've been facing a lot of Big Priests overall. The silence effects that they've got have been very problematic. Master Spell has wrecked me a couple of times where I've had a full board like this. They've had some big threats on the board. Master Spell, they go face, I lose. So yeah, really can't stand playing against Big Priest. And I also find that their big minions do outvalue my minions over time. Psychic Scream, also a massive problem against Big Priest. They've ended up entombing my Hadranox. Just so many things that can go wrong against them. Double Psychic Scream, double Mass Hysteria, Entomb. Yeah, it's all quite problematic. So I don't have a good track record against Big Priest. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But against Renolock, nah, we can outvalue them. And look at this board. Seven
Have you studied me too?
Khartut Defenders on that board. That's insane. I mean, we're not getting the healing value here, but we are getting the, you know, the death rattle value. And is that lethal? I'm not even going to count. Yeah, that's lethal. What do you know? Okay, so GetMeowth's Taunt Druid. This deck has taken me from the bottom of rank 5 all the way to rank 4, so I'm grateful to GetMeowth, so thank you for this deck, it's been so much fun to play. Since the Barnes nerf went live, in general, this isn't the only deck I've been playing other decks. In general, I've been facing more Big Priest than I've ever faced before. Sometimes 2-3 Big Priests in a row. Not playing Barnes, but still playing Big Priest minions, resurrection effects, and it's been very, very difficult to win against them. So, in my mind, nerfing Barnes hasn't really helped the situation that much. What you do need to do, really, is nerf those resurrection effects, because ultimately, Barnes was a part of the problem, but it was the resurrection effects that were the significant part of the problem, and I think Blizzard do need to look at that in the near future. I think nerfing Barnes was their way of placating the wild mode community, giving us something and saying, yeah, take this nerf for now, and we'll have another rethink about Big Priest in the future. Maybe that's the strategy behind it. So, thanks for joining me, everyone. My next video will feature a Reno version of Hadranox Taunt Druid, so do look out for that. I'll get that video out as soon as I can. But for now, do take care, everyone. Wishing you super good luck on the wild mode ladder, and I hope you don't come across any Big Priests. And I'll see you all again very soon for more wild mode fun.